Here's lesson 1.7, part 3. We give you that same set of functions from the last slide, the blue and the red. But now we're saying take the fog of 4. We're taking f of g of 4. So we work on the innermost parentheses first. This one, choose if you want to write it down or not. It's a new type, so you may want to. So let's work on the innermost parentheses. What are we going to start with? We're going to start with the number 4, the innermost parentheses. And now we're going to evaluate the g function. Go backwards 1. So this number 4 is going to replace the x. So I'm going to replace the x with 4. So 3 times 4 then is 12. Now what am I going to do with the 12? What am I going to do with the 12? What's it saying? Take f of 12. So what function am I working with now? The blue one, the f of x function. And I'm going to replace 12 wherever there's an x. So there's an x right there. So I'm going to replace that 12 with the x in the f of x function. So now 12 times 12 is 144. And then I have minus 1, which is 143. So sometimes you'll get an expression like with variables in it. Sometimes you'll just get constants, values. Okay, we'll move ahead. I'd say probably the next one you don't need to write down if you've written a couple of these. Let's do the opposite now. Now we're going to do the GOF. G of f of x. So where are we going to start now? What function are we going to start with? We're going to start with g, the f. Look at the innermost parenthesis first. Take f of x. Now what am I going to do? What function am I going to next? I'm going to g's function and evaluating it for x squared minus 1. So this whole thing is now going in for that x. So I'm going to replace that x with what I'm evaluating, x squared minus 1. Now just clean it up. Distribute the 3 through. So we get 3x squared minus 3. Here's a new one. Maybe you just want to watch on this one. The FOF of -2. F of -2. So where are we going to start? Correct. So we're going to plug in on -2 right there. That takes care of f of -2. So that takes care of the f of -2. Now let's clean it up.
Oh, good.
We're doing a lesson on composite functions.
G of F,
Yes,
F of G,
yes.
fogging off.
And box. This is fog of -2.
Just make sure you don't ever fog off.
Being recorded too, by the way. Thank you, Mr. McGowan.
You said the name.
-2 times -2 is 4. And then 4 minus 1 is 3.
I get it. It's funny.
All right. Now what are we going to do? Now what are we going to do? F of 3. So we go back up to that f function again. And now we're going to substitute 3 right there. Evaluate it a second time now for 3. So 3 squared minus 1 is 9 minus 1, which is 8. Give me a thumbs up if you're getting the composites. Give me a thumbs down or thumbs across. You're just really not sure yet. Figure it out. Okay. Want to just do one more and then we're done? Yay, nay? One more? Let's just do this last one and then we're done. All right, so maybe just follow along. If you've got your thumbs up, you're getting it. Just watch the lesson. Help me out. All right, so now we have 2 new functions, the blue and the red. We want to find the gloss. G of f of x. So where are we going to start at? Start with f of x. So that square root of x minus 1 is going to go inside the f of x. That's the first evaluation. All right, next step. What do I do next? Now it's evaluating which function? The g function for x minus 1. So this is now going right up into that x placeholder. And I'm going to replace that x with the square root of x minus 1. So now let's clean it up. The square root of x minus 1, all squared, is what? Very good. They undo each other. The square root and the square root undo each other. So we're just left with x minus 1 here. And then we still have the plus 1. Now what? Just x. The negative 1 and the plus 1 will cancel out. All right, here is your homework for this evening, 1.7, page 74, 8 through 26 by 3, 35, 40, 43.